Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It's the 31st of March and I'm joined by Paul Rankin. Paul, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you, Ollie. Just fine, thanks. And right here at the end of the month of March as well.
Yeah, right. There's quite a bit of news out today. Where do you want to start?
I thought I would start with the dual-listed chrome producer in South Africa, Tharisa. They are buying a PGM deposit from Caro Mining Holdings for a purchase price of $27 million US, which would be settled through the issue of 13.7 million new shares. And it increases its shareholding to majority in Caro to 66%. And that is a platinum deposit with a 20-year mine life that has a financial model built around it. 35 million ton deposit at 2.3 grams. Platinum group metals contained 2.6 million ounce resource. So nice size there. I would suspect that Tharisa is picking it up too because it might be open pittable, though the announcement I didn't see whether it said that or not. But definitely nice grade at today's PGM prices, so good for them.
Yeah, and I mean, South Africa is one of those places where if you're comfortable with the operating environment and the added risk, then you can pick up assets quite cheaply, as so many people have sort of blacklisted it. And if you can turn those into cash generative assets, then you get them at a great price to start with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. What's next, Paul?
We had an increase in resources for the projects held by Shanghai Mining Club member and ASX listed Firefinch, specifically for the Marilla Gold Project, now at 2.5 million ounces of contained gold, of which 1.3 million ounces of that is indicated, and another is 1.2 million inferred. And the grade right around 1.5 grams gold per ton. It also changed current ore reserves, both proven and probable, for the Marilla deposit itself to about 1.1 million ounces there on a 23.8 million ton resource grading 1.4. Now they'll also remodel the Marilla deposit itself for resource and reserve in the second quarter because they'll may make some changes to the current operating mine design at this point. They're also going to hold their AGM 27th of May.
Okay. Sticking with Shanghai Mining Club members, Voyager Metals, they had a news release as well, didn't they?
Yes, they sure did. This was late Tuesday, and they put out the last assays of the holes from the 2020 confirmation drilling program on their project there in Eastern Canada. No surprises on the grades or the thickness of mineralization from those they'd already gotten in 2021. The grades are still in that 0.3 to 0.5% vanadium range, and the thickness has been very consistent throughout the deposit at 100 meters or so.
Okay. Drill result from Clean Air Metals.
Yes, Clean Air Metals is one we talk about every now and then, being a TSX-listed company with two different PGM deposits fairly close to each other in Ontario. This announcement today is a specific hole called 115 from the Escape deposit. Very nice interval on this, 15 meters, grading 1.7 grams platinum, 1.9 grams palladium, 0.7% copper, 0.3% nickel. Now, this is a channel deposit with a shallow plunge at depth. So the thickness that you see here is the thickness of a channel. And that thickness, very much a bulk mineable, mechanized underground situation that you show there. So very nice grade overall. And they have 37,000 meters of previous drilling in the escape deposit from last year that they still haven't put into an updated mineral resource estimate. So I'd say this is yet more confirmation that there is definitely going to be a mine here on the escape deposit for sure.
Very good. And finally, Tectonic Gold interim results. I don't think there's a huge amount of new info in there, but perhaps you could give some highlights, please.
Yes, sure could. It's a minor loss for the year, just shy of 200,000 sterling. The cash position at the end of 31 December was Australian 400,000. They had been getting support for some of this drilling that they've been doing on Goldsmiths Reef and Mineral Hill for grant funding as well. So they've been taking good utilization of that. Their heavy mineral sands and diamond project in Namibia as well, they're awaiting the award of a mining license, which has been held back for quite some time because of COVID issues, delaying processing there at the ministry. So they're really looking forward to getting that heavy mineral sands consent okayed there so that they can get a second source of mine development underway for the company.
Excellent. I think post period end they also did get that annual rebate from the Australian government, so that cash position's been boosted somewhat since December. Paul, thanks very much for your thoughts. We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, see you then.
Cheers.